Oh, are we starting?
Instagram.
Oh my! Oh shoot! Instagram. I didn't even set it up.
Instagram.
Oh my god! Damn it! Damn it! I'm not doing this right. Oh my god! Okay, all right.
26.
Oh my god! Oh my god! How did I let this happen? All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your favorite Blurred Click. Not so ready to talk blurred shit, but here anyway. Like the last moment. Yes, and man, do we have a good show in store for y'all today? Yes, hallelujah. We have not one, but two interviews today. One consisting of this lovely young gem that you see on your screen right now, none other than the one and only X Mayo, who will be joining us, who will be in the Wonder Man cast, hallelujah, who you may have also seen in the Blackening movie. You probably recognize her from The Daily Show and things like that. Yes, this lovely young gem. But we, of course, as nerds, blurs, and all of those in between, are geeked about seeing her in the upcoming Wonder Man, as she will play the integral role, I believe, of Mr. Simon, Wonder Man himself's agent. And that is something we could definitely. But she also did a couple other things too. Like I said, you probably seen her on The Blackening. She definitely did her thing. She was in a show called American Auto, which was pretty funny. She's been on a lot of other, like a lot of stuff, skits, NBC. She's all over the place, and she's also going to be in the Scrubs reboot. So if you're a Scrubs fan, then you're in for a treat today. So don't go anywhere, as we will be airing this right here in its entirety, not too long from now, but not this very moment. So keep yourselves still. What's happening? I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I am not ready. And so I want to apologize to the Instagram crowd. I do not have this prepared. Me and Yaz started yapping.
They need to convert anyway. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, well, I gotta make them aware of it. Let me I hope this works. Okay, come on, Instagram. All right, here we go. And I'm putting you up now, and I'm saving it. No. Come on, save it. Okay, all right, we in there. All right, now all I gotta do is hit the all right, it should show. Come on. You know you want to. Show the live, IG. Yes. All right. So go ahead, go live. We can do it. Hey, welcome to the show. All right, cool. We got IG along with us now, so we are doing better. And thank you very much, guys, for pulling on up. It is your boy, the real Brazilla, alongside the lovely Yasmin Saint Strickland. And yeah, man, so we have a lot of things to talk about. So let's go ahead and start here. Obviously, you see it's two of us here. Everybody's not here. I'm hoping that Ty still shows up. I have no reason to assume that he shouldn't be here unless, the family's running into illnesses and how they do. And, I like to touch everybody at the school and stuff. So we'll see what happens with that. But we've got some things that we have to discuss because unfortunately there have been some new things revealed overnight that I don't think that we anticipated speaking about, and they're not in the header. So I will go ahead and start with this. Hello, everybody. It looks like, unfortunately, for whatever reason, Blade ain't gonna make it to the chopping block. And I don't know if we really have the full gist of exactly why this is happening. I do have an article, but yes, it feels like this is the gift that won't stop taking away. You know how it's normally like the gift that keeps on giving. It's like, yo, Blade gave us the Marvel universe by being the first movie to come about in Marvel before they even had their own studios. Hallelujah. What's going on, Wesley Snipes? We actually get Ryan Reynolds. We get all these folks through the Blade franchise, and they can't seem to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Like, I'm a little annoyed. I think we've talked about this before. I think I'm at the point where I'm like, enough. All right, y'all should have been. Why are we even playing with Blade anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the toy that's been tossed in the closet that every time we look at him, we like, oh, I remember him. You know what I'm saying? But there's no attempt to upgrade or make it better. Like, why can't they get on the ball. What's your opinion, Yaz? I mean, if you have one.
I'm upset, honestly. I don't understand why we can remake every fucking thing under the sun, but we can't remake the original. Like we fuck up originals all the time, but we can't figure this one out. I just don't.
Right.
It's vampires. Like, how hard is this? We have glittery vampires, but we can't figure out G vampires.
I like, it's literally, I mean, we just had Sinners like win all kinds of awards last year. So black vampires are in still. All right. We don't, it's not like we have an overabundance of Marvel projects right now. It feels like they put the brake pedal on a little bit. And it's not like we saw the clip where Mahershala Ali is like, yo, tell Marvel I'm ready.
Right.
It's not Mahershala. It's not Mahershala. So what could, pray tell, be the issue here? What could it be? Well, let's just do this. If y'all would humor me for a second, I would like to read y'all an article. This is from a periodical called Superhero Hype. All right, it was written by Abdul Nashad. All right, I don't, you know, and I'll just give y'all a real quick, brief synopsis as to what this gentleman says with regard to the recent developments. Y'all follow along with me if you like. Okay, let's go. So it basically says, a long gestation, Marvel Studios has received a shocking negative update, according to a familiar industry insider, Mahershala Ali's Blade movie, which was announced at San Diego Comic-Con in 2019 and experienced significant development issues, has reportedly been canceled. Like just canceled. Okay, all right, let me just keep going. It says, however, the insider says Marvel plans to introduce the character in a team-up film. Oh, let me get a sound effect for that. What's the best one? Mahershala Blade solo movie is not happening, but Midnight Suns is. Mahershala Ali's solo Blade movie is reportedly canceled, according to the industry insider Jeff Schneider. Schneider told Roka that in the latest episode of Hot Mic Podcast, Blade is dead. Roka, still shocked, asked Schneider if what he said was official, something he heard from sources, or just a rumor. Schneider then replied that it was a rumor. He then revealed that Ali's Blade would be introduced in a Midnight Suns movie. Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing that Blade is dead, but that it is a Midnight Suns movie. He stated he will not be introduced in a solo movie. He'll be introduced in Midnight Suns. A Midnight Suns movie has not been officially confirmed by Marvel as of writing. However, Marvel has introduced the core members of the team in several projects. Blade himself made a cameo in the post-credits scene of 2021's Eternals, yes, while an alternate version of the character Blade Knight, voiced by Todd Williams, appeared in Marvel Zombies. Last paragraph. Doctor Strange was introduced in the eponymous. I've never used that word before. This is a word I'm not familiar with, Yaz. The word is eponymous. It sounds like a different type of transformer. Eponymous. EP. I'm gonna show this word to you real quick because I don't think this is foreign to me. I'm just to be an asshole real quick. Have you ever seen this word before? I've never seen this word before. What is the meaning of it? I don't know. I feel not as intelligent. All right. Anyway, finish the paragraph. Eponymous. Where was I? Where did I leave off? Okay, there I am. Eponymous film released in 2016 and played a major role in Avengers, Infinity War, and Spider-Man: No Way Home, while Moon Knight was introduced in the solo series in Disney, released in 2022. Meanwhile, Werewolf by Night, Man-Thing, and Elsa Bloodstone were introduced in 2022. Special presentation, Werewolf by Night. Although fans have not yet seen Ali's Blade in live action, they were treated to Wesley Snipes' surprise return to the role after having played the character in New Line Cinema's Blade trilogy, 1998 through 2004, and in Deadpool and Wolverine. As of writing, it's unclear if Snipes' Vampire Hunter will return in future Marvel movies. So I guess, you know what? I'm going to stop, and I'm going to take a step back, and I'm going to say, you know what? Maybe this isn't the worst thing. Maybe we're annoyed because of all of the setbacks, but maybe sometimes it's better to blow the whole building up and build fresh from the ground when it's not being constructed properly and start fresh. And if what they're talking about doing is giving Blade a soft introduction as opposed to his old out the blue solo movie, then I may not necessarily be completely opposed to it. But if what they're talking about is just getting rid of Blade as a solo act and just making him a team up character, I'm not with that. I'm not with that. But I'm willing to take kind of like the Wonder Woman route. All right. Pause. Understand what I'm saying? They introduced Wonder Woman in Justice League, in Batman vs Superman, and then subsequently we get a Wonder Woman movie. I'm not opposed to them introducing Blade in a Midnight Suns and getting us all excited about it, kind of gemming up the crowd, and then saying, all right, let's go ahead and give them that movie since we have some sort of structure towards it. But if this is just we can't get it together because can't nobody direct it, can't nobody write it, ain't nobody really signed on because they got other projects, then I don't see how putting him in another movie changes it. You know what I'm saying? He's still the same Black. He says, okay, yeah, no, it's as bad as it sounds. Okay, all right. So, all right, well, listen, I'm sorry. It's as bad as it looks. All right, well, look, I don't know, man. Why don't we ask our faithful companion who just pulled up on us as well? Well, if he's ready, give me the nod. You ready? You good? He's still getting it back. Okay, all right. Yeah, you get okay. All right, cool. So yeah, why don't we go ahead and bring in our faithful homie, Bad Pizzle, and see how what's your reaction to the news, big homie?
I like your back.
That is like not. That is really not news. Like we kind of already made this assumption based off of all of the reports that was coming out. And it just sounded sketchy. Like I think we did a show one time and we was like, they're in talks. Like what does that mean? Like we're in talks. We're in, you know what I mean? Like there was never any concrete confirmation where it was like, oh, this is going through for sure. Like there was always this skepticism behind, well, the directors keep pulling out and we just trying to find the right pieces, which to me is absurd when you have Mahershala Ali, who is a director himself. This is crazy. It's like, all right, so everybody pulled out. We got Mahershala. I'm sure Mahershala was like, look, I'll do it. I do it. And they was like, I don't know. You might make it too Black.
Wow.
Yeah. I just at this point, man, I'm not disappointed. I'm more conscious of what Disney has been doing lately, and so I'm actually excited that they just came out and was like, look, we're not doing it. I'm more excited about that because then I know you're not gonna fuck up a classic. Like there's sometimes where we as fans push harder for things because we miss them. We miss Blade. That was evident by Deadpool, the Deadpool movie, the Wolverine Deadpool movie. Like when we saw my man come on the screen, Wesley Snipes come on the screen, it was like, oh shit, Wesley. Forever. You know what I'm saying? But I think sometimes you just gotta accept a classic and just let it be what it is. And then there's times where maybe it's just not the right timing. Maybe we're waiting for Coogler.
Yeah, I think that might be the case. I think
right, man.
So, we basically were just waiting. And here's the only thing I say about what you said. I would feel that would be an accurate depiction of what's happening if Disney did make the announcement. But evidently, that's not what happened. This is some dude on a podcast saying that it was rumored, and probably has inside information, but don't want to get in too much trouble. So Disney has not, if as far as I'm concerned, please chat, correct me if I'm wrong, has not officially declared that it's dead. But I mean, we're inclined to believe any news that says that Blade ain't happening because that's what we've been getting since 2019 since they announced it. And they keep having it on the board, right? Whenever Comic-Con comes out, you'll see Blade comes out next year along with Brand New Day. And you're like, all right, man, well, what's up, man? Where is it? And now they telling us that it's too hard. It's too hard. All right, can we just give the keys to the car to Ryan Coogler? And I ain't saying he got to make it like he's making Black Panther, which is another announcement we have to talk about. But I am saying that at least let him delegate it. You know what I'm saying? To somebody just the same way he kind of did with Ironheart. Like, there's no reason why we can't trust somebody like Ryan Coogler with a black vampire movie. Are you fucking nuts? Are you nuts? It's like the just won like hell awards for making a black vampire movie, and y'all can't find somebody to write and direct a black vampire movie. Like, I want to stop talking about this right now because I'm about to bust a blood vessel. What's up, Yaz?
I was gonna say, Harmony posted a really good, a good question. Like, you think Ryan would do 2 vampire movies? Harmony, I think he would, because they're different. They're set in different time periods. They're completely different movies. One is a Marvel superhero, and the other, well, I mean, we already know it was Gas. So, I can't wait to see what he can do and help pick up Marvel. I know you guys miss that rush of the original Marvel superheroes, seeing them together, them kicking ass, them doing their own side movies. Those were good. Everything about them was pretty fucking good. And then now we just have a bunch of scattered bullshit. I'm ready for them to pick their shit back up again, Coogler to take the helm and give us some good fucking content. We have so many things that have been put on back burner, mostly black projects, if you haven't noticed, with Disney,
Yep.
But just throwing that out there. I mean, Moon Girl got canceled. We haven't seen Blade in how many years do we keep getting delayed?
Yeah, no promotion for Wonder Man. Yeah, it's
promotion for Wonder Man. That's supposed to be coming out soon, so that's even more come on, man.
19th, I think.
Yeah. Actually, I think it was.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah.
What's up, compact comic guy? Welcome to the chat. I haven't seen that name in the chat too much, so definitely we gotta start welcoming our new people. That's what we gotta do. We gotta start, first time, long time. You know what I'm saying? We gotta start doing hey, it's the first time in chat. You know what I'm saying? Nah, what's happening, man? I appreciate you being here. And yo, you are right. Especially as you're talking about the upcoming Wonder Man. Oh man, did I not? Damn it.
What you doing, man?
I didn't upload the
cartoon. We were chatting and uploading.
Well, why you're doing that? Because I know that's what you're doing. Why you're doing that? I just want to say this. There is a caveat here, right? What they didn't say is that Mahershala Ali is no longer Blade. That is the caveat. There is no Mahershala Ali could still be Blade. You could still see Blade in other projects. And that is a little exciting. I still think Mahershala Ali is a great casting for Blade. I still believe that wholeheartedly.
I think he was.
Well, I think he is until otherwise determined. Now they said that Blade is rumored to be canceled at Marvel Studios. I believe that means the Blade movie is canceled at Marvel Studios. I do not believe that Mahershala Ali has been canceled as Blade. And so that part for me is, like I said, is a little, I feel a little bit better that we still have a good casting for Blade. I love Coogler. Let me put that out there before I say this. However, I do not know that Coogler works well without Michael B. Jordan. That part I do not know. And so that because they are attached at the hip in terms of directing and acting, I don't see a space for Michael B. Jordan in the Blade movie as it pertains to Marvel. And so I don't know that he would sign on without Michael B. Jordan. Listen.
I see.
Yes, without Michael B. Jordan. And that's kind of their. It's almost his brand at this point. What I mean?
Let me throw this in that T. Why can't you have Michael B. Jordan? He doesn't have to be on screen. He don't have to even be on screen. He could be a part of the writing. He could be a part of the directing. He could be a part. He could be a part of it. He doesn't necessarily have to be the star. But And we also got to like. I'm gonna need you, Brian Coogler. I know y'all kind of got the whole Adam Sandler, the whole the whole Will Ferrell thing going on where y'all are kind of like buddies and all that. But like, you branch on that. Brian Coogler did Ironheart. There was no Michael B. Jordan in Ironheart. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna have to have other projects. I know since Fruitvale they become like blood brothers, and I'm happy about that. But the bag doesn't stop, and Michael can be in on the project without being Killmonger or Johnny Storm. Or even being on screen. So I'll take you up for that. I got to keep it moving a little forward because we got time constraints this morning. So I did want to say you're right about Wonder Man. It's not getting promotion, but fortunately, we at least are getting the opportunity to promote it because today we will have on the show our interview where we got a chance to speak with the one and only X Mayo of Wonder Man. I saw in the comments, I think Minnie said what did he say? He said it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Like Wonder Man might not be for most. I'm not sure what that means. If you want to elaborate on that, but that's cool. I haven't seen it yet. What she talked about was kind of some of the first of all, we didn't just talk about about Wonder Man. We talked about her other projects, such as she's going to be in this upcoming Scrubs reboot. She was in the movie that I loved called The Blackening. Which was like the first all-black horror movie that I've seen in my life. I don't know about y'all, but it was the one that I seen. And a couple of the other projects, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I thought I did all right on this interview. I made a few mistakes. I ain't gonna lie. And I made them very quick in the interview. I hope I recovered. And you can tell, like right after I made my first mistake, which you'll notice if you stick around once I start playing this in a couple minutes, I start sweating like. And I didn't stop for the whole interview. I was like, oh shit. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
You like to sweat?
Look, I had to, like you'll see like what I start looking around like, oh shit, where's my washcloth? Where's my rag? I gotta wipe the sweat. And so that happened. But before I get into that, there's also the other news. I don't know if y'all saw this or not, but evidently it's been I guess it's official now, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but is now our new king the actual Mr. Damson Idris himself? Is it now completely official? Do we now have the confirmation and we know that Damson will be playing Mr. Black Panther alongside his Wakandan brethren with oh my God. Oh my God. What do they call man? M'Baku and Shuri. Like we saw like a little baby trailer. I still have not watched the trailer. I'm not going to watch the trailer. Don't try to show me the trailer. I don't need to see the climax and the best scenes in the movie in a 30-second trailer because you know how they do. So are we feeling good about this? I personally, for one, think it makes sense. I don't think that this forgives for the recast T'Challa folks, Black Panther 2. And also, I think that you're going to get a lot of people saying, well, he's too small, he's too skinny, he doesn't look like Black Panther's supposed to look like The Rock and blah, blah, blah. So I don't know, man. What's y'all opinion on this real quick before we move on? Because we also have a few Trek things to talk about too. So let's get on to that.
Well,
yeah, do you have any opinion? Ty? Go ahead, Ty.
I don't know how true this is. So that's that I'm seeing rumors and fandom wire, and I don't know how reputable these sources are. But I don't really understand it, honestly, logically, based off of where they went with the last movie. I thought the kid was T'Challa's son. And also, but also Shuri was the Black Panther. Unless she died and or something. So what is the introduction of another Black Panther if you haven't already shut down the story behind Shuri as the Black Panther? So I'm very confused with this news.
Well, let me shed some light on that. Even in the comic, there's multiple Black Panthers. Even T'Challa isn't the first Black Panther. We all know the first Black Panther was Machine.
Yeah, we
and
do.
So like even in the comic, when Shuri becomes Black Panther, it's not her it's not her destiny to be Black Panther forever. And remember, Storm in the comic books, certain versions, in the variant versions, did have a baby with him, and they had, you know, a little baby, blah, blah, blah. So with this one, I believe that what we're seeing is T'Challa, the Toussaint version that Nakia had over in Haiti. I think that this may be an adult version of that child. I don't know. We're speculating right now, and I know speculating isn't necessarily fact, but I thought that was interesting that a lot more folks seem to be a lot more confident talking about the possibility that T'Challa will be, Black Panther will be replaced by none other than Damson Idris. We'll have to talk about that on another time, man. We'll talk about that. We also have a lot of stuff because Anthony was cool enough to give us a little bit of an inside, of a clue inside of his world, and he did show us, or me rather, some of the things that he experienced over the weekend, including him going to the Trek convention. There was a Star Trek, like a Starfleet Academy premiere in New York, and he went, took pictures, took notes, took video as I told him to or requested him to. So we'll definitely see if we can get into that. And he also did some wrestling stuff, you know, and he even saw this, went to the Critic Awards and saw some famous people that you all may recognize. So we'll talk about that in a little bit as well. But for right now, I thought y'all wouldn't mind indulging me as we get ready to go ahead and at least show this interview with X Mayo. Now, I want y'all to do me a favor. Don't roast me too hard, all right? But at least kind of critique me, because I ain't gonna lie, we've done some interviews on this show, and this one kind of got rescheduled at the last second. That's why you'll see me as the only one interviewing. But I want you to rate me on this.
You got this.
All right. I ain't gonna lie. When I got done, I was like, oh my God, I don't know. I'm gonna tell you all about it, but let's go ahead and give it a quick gander. This is go ahead, yes.
I was gonna say just one quick thing. If they do like and put to like the story of Toussaint is gonna be like an older. I feel like that whole timeline skip is gonna be a lot. Like they better, I don't know, they better do a flashback.
Which is what I was saying. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
It just sounds fucking weird. Like I for us fans, I'm gonna need some context of how this little boy was on a beach with his aunt and his mom and his grandma meeting them for the first time, and then all of a sudden now he's a fucking adult in the Black Panther costume. We're gonna need some context. I'm just saying.
Is that really that hard to believe? I mean, we also are in the multiverse still. You know what I'm saying?
All right. This is why it's hard to believe. Like, are we through with Namor? Are we through with Namor? Like,
no, we're
not. Okay, my point exactly. So now you're gonna age this kid a good 30 years, because he was probably, I'd say, 6, 7, maybe when they showed him on the beach. So 30 years later, and everybody from the last Black Panther movie, and we're gonna still see them, and they're not gonna look like they're 30 years older than what they were. A lot of it doesn't make sense, Vince, and that's why I said, like,
let's just be clear. What doesn't make sense is things that haven't been. We don't. I mean, we're speculating this stuff. Like, everything is rumored, so it makes sense that it doesn't make sense because we don't have clarity. All right, we just don't have clarity. So we'll talk about that. Real quick, just another tease. Like I said, we will have a special guest on today to talk with us a little bit about some Star Trek stuff. Her name is the Sci Fi Savage. She'll be joining us. She has her own podcast where she talks Star Trek stuff as well. And we're going to get her to finally clear up the debate as to who is officially the best Star Trek captain. And I got a feeling she's going to be on my side, but we're going to see. But for right now, I think it'll be dope if we could at least give y'all a sneak peek. You know what? Let's go ahead and roll that thing and talk about what's happening in the wonderful world of Wonder Man with none other than the one and only X Mayo, who you'll see here. If y'all don't mind, we'll go ahead and roll this joint right on now. This is special, guys. Let's do it. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. What's happening, everybody? You know what it is. It's your favorite Blurred Click, ready to talk blurred stuff with. And today, we're working with special guest, none other than the lovely young lady that you've seen all over the world, all over your TV. You've seen it on the big screen in movies like Freaky or Friday, The Blackening. You've seen it on The Daily Show. And you're about to see her in some Marvel and some Scrubs and a whole bunch of other items that we have yet to discuss. I'm talking about none other than the one and only X Mayo, everybody. Yes, help me welcome her to the platform. And let's go ahead and get right on into it. How art thou today, sis? I hope your day is going well so far.
Yes, it's going well. What'd you say my name was? X what?
X Mayo. I think I might have said, you know what? X Mayo. X Mayo. I think I was thinking May, and then you know what? I think the red.
No, you're good. Yeah. I thought you said DeMilo, like Venus DeMilo. I was like, yes, I am goddess. Yes, I am.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We'll edit that one in post. Well, it is a phenomenal. I hope everything is going well with you. I hope your year's starting out fairly decent. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna jump right on into it, sis.
Okay.
X, you've come a long way. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you straight up. When I get an opportunity to interview folks of your stature, I like to scroll all the way down to that very first IG post. And oh Lord, I seen you in that IG post with that shaking like that. I'm ready for the world, dog. But now look at you. You coming on with projects like Scrubs. We got The Blackening, which was my favorite all-black horror, hallelujah, and comedy. We got Wonder Man on the way. I'm just wondering, what would you tell your 2014, 2015 self about what your future's looking like and what to prepare for? And just, how would you talk to her?
I think I would tell her, you have no idea. You have no idea. It's going to blow your mind. I think there's so many things that I thought would happen for me, but I thought it would be by my own efforts, and that it would be things that I've gotten myself because of the things that I've started, which I will say, I think has been part of my journey as well, like with Who Made the Potato Salad, the workshops I do, the panels and stuff, the community that I've developed. It's been able for people to get eyes on me, which has in turn led to getting an agent and managers and other people and stuff. But literally having advocates and angels in disguise, that some I don't even know their name, that really advocate for me in rooms that I'm not in, I think has been one of the biggest blessings in my career.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I'm not going to lie, as a gentleman who frolics in the realm of stand-up comedy, it was so refreshing to see your rise to fame. And I'm wondering how. What you laughing at? You ain't famous? Oh, what you think you ain't famous?
Girl, no. Julia Roberts is famous. Beyonce is famous. Please. I'm not of the new class where it's just, I know that fame has now become more vast to where, influencers, like me and my brother was at the movie theater and all these little kids was running. I was like, Papa, who's here? He was like, oh, such and such influencer. She's Ramen. and there's no shade, but I'm just I'm a millennial 80s baby. So I'm just kind of yo, who's famous? Prince is famous. The rest of people rise to fame. I'm like, fame, girl, I just want to make my money, and don't nobody care. I want to be at the fucking the county fair with a big ass turkey leg and don't nobody take pictures. Nobody give a shit.
All right.
I love the level that I'm at right now, baby. The level I'm at right now is where I can still lie. So I'm at a level where some people know, especially Black people, especially from the Blackening, people come up to me and they were like, don't I see you. I said, people always tell me that I look like that girl, but that's not me. So that's the level I want to stay there. People they kind of think, but they she, and one girl, she turned around me on the airplane. She was like, I know your voice. I know who you are. And I said, girl, everybody always said it. I sound like that girl. Who is that?
Yo, but hey, listen. I'm all right. That's fine if you want to go ahead and play the humble role. But okay. I think there's levels to fame. All right, and maybe you ain't like Beyonce famous, but you like Black Empire famous. Come on now. Hey, listen, I ain't gonna let you listen, sis. All right. Did you just work at the BET Awards? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay, is you working on the screen with folks like Yaya, Abdul, Martin, and are you getting a Marvel Disney check? Hallelujah. Okay, is we touring the world? Hallelujah. I mean, come on now. I ain't gonna sit here and just let you. I mean, I ain't one of them little Instagram.
Listen, I'm born and raised in church, although I do have my issues with the religious and on the whole, the structure of it, what man has done to it, that's really not of God. I really do believe when, like my bishop used to say, like, we cannot handle praise. So when people tell me things, I accept it because I don't want to call them a liar, but the glory has to go to God. I cannot. Let me tell you something. I don't want to be out here acting a fool on Twitter, saying things, feeling myself, but I am grateful. I do know that I am more visible than I've ever been, for sure.
Yeah, and not only that, sis, but you worked hard to get to that.
Not no B3.
Oh yes, we're gonna give God the praise today because this is a good day. Hallelujah, salalama, shalamar. I ain't gonna kiss the Holy Ghost, but but so I'm just curious, like, just to get that question out. As an improv comic, as a comedian who's kind of grown accustomed to, in your earlier days, being in front of a crowd, kind of getting those kinks out, working those jokes out, even when it's an improv set, just kind of, we just gonna keep on moving. Like, how has that helped you get to where you are, even though you claim it ain't where it's up here? How has it helped you kind of catapult yourself to the medium sphere, if you want to just go ahead and stay?
Yeah, I like that. Okay, yes. Because let me tell you, Kendrick says, sit down, be humble, okay? I feel like improv has changed my life. I feel like I'm very much so an improv nerd, not to get too hippy-dippy, but to get hippy-dippy. I feel like improv has just helped me in life. I feel like I'm a better person, a better collaborator. I'm better in meetings. I'm better to work with because the goal is to to add to somebody. There isn't a joke that I can't make, that I can't tag on with somebody. Like, literally, I tell people in scenes, especially when they're not improvisers or comedians, everybody wants to be funny. Now, you know this, everybody wants to be funny. Everybody's not funny. That's a skill set that everybody does not have, which is okay. But I tell them, say anything. No matter what you say, I know how to tag on it. I will justify it. I will ground it. I will turn it into something, because our goal as improvisers is to make the person in the scene look like a genius, and the star is the show. The star isn't me, So I think, I've been so grateful to be able to acquire that skill, been able to fail a lot at Upright Citizens Brigade in New York. Shout out to UCB. And so it has helped me so much. And I think that coupled with, is that my computer or is that yours dinging?
Oh, that's me giving you the little ding.
Oh, I was like, I turned my notifications off, girl. I'm a professional.
Nah, you good. You still don't do not disturb. Nah, I'm sorry.
I'm just down and be like, Steve Jobs, what are you doing? Child, what the hell?
I'm over here I'm trying to do like the whole Tom Joyner joint, I'm like, making all the sound effects and all that. And probably doing too much.
My notification, is that a new Amber Alert? Improv has helped me immensely. I think that, coupled with the Daily Show, knowing how to actually write jokes, which is very fucking hard, especially when we, have a government that's crumbling, Jesus. And so, like, talking about that, having to do that, having to pump that out at, like, rapid rate, like quantity, like, baby, like, it's volume of work. So I think that, coupled with improv, has kind of like helped me to be an asset in any room. I know how to, like, punch up my own script. I know how to add to it. I think what's kind of helpful for me is that whenever there's a director that gives a note that maybe I feel my character doesn't identify with, or maybe, sometimes, non-Black people that direct me, they don't always have a vast experience of what it means to be Black, which I understand and give room and grace for. But sometimes maybe a note could be rooted in a stereotype that I am not comfortable with displaying. I have a pitch. I have something alternate to give. I don't just have a complaint. I'm like, hey, well, what about this? Do you need a button? Do you need this? So I think it's immensely helped me, especially as a Black woman in this business.
I got to say, I'm so glad you said that, because that leads into one of my questions, which is about one of the upcoming projects. I mean, one of the, how many dozen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, it's a whole bunch out. Like, you don't even know when your release date is. You're like, oh, that's right. That come out this month. Oh my God. Like, that's right. I did shoot that a year ago. I see how it is, sis, and I ain't even mad. So before I ask this next question, you led me into this. That is one of the questions I have for you, because I'm so geeked up as a Scrubs fan. Okay, like I'm geeked about this coming back into real life. And if I could just speak on this real quick for a second, I was so happy not only when I saw you in the trailer, but when I saw you with that big, beautiful, black is beautiful afro, hallelujah, my God, Miss Mayo, can you tell me if that's something that you had an influence on? Because you just mentioned how sometimes, you know, the lack of melanins on occasion may not necessarily know how to incorporate some of the things that we have incorporated into our culture. And that when I saw it said to me, oh, she bringing the culture with her to her character. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. It was actually requested.
Nice.
Actually requested. Like, I really feel like, you know, the Scrubs team, and it's all the same people from what I understand, mostly in the background, the EPs and, you know, writers and showrunners, some of the same writers. But I think like the big wigs, as far as like, you know, the big four with like, you know, Donald and Zach and Sarah and Judy. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. So I it was requested, like, we want her fro. Yeah, we need the fro. And I was like, great, you know, because I think I feel most powerful and sexy is in my fro or straight backs. I love my fro. I feel like a superhero. Like, so when they requested it, I was like, yeah, let's go. So I was very excited to do that.
Is that one of the only things that they would allow? I don't mean the word allow, but I mean in terms of culture. I just get the sense, and you correct me if I'm wrong, that when I see you in this role, that we're gonna get to see us embodied like 100%, hallelujah, in this role. Tell us what to look forward to.
RN. This is a black ass RN, and she doesn't have time. Me and Michael James Scott, shout out to MJ. He is my baby. We are tag team. We are thing 1 and thing 2. Okay, do not fuck with us in our station. We do not play. We are not here to play games. We are not here to play games with you. We run that station. And you could try, but you will fail.
Okay.
Me and Michael did not come to play. We are just literally we are a key. We cut up for sure. And I love seeing, you know, having me as a black woman, Michael is a black queer man. And, you know, he's Broadway royalty, honey, 20 years in the game, has been doing Genie on Aladdin for 10 years. He has like done every damn show you could think of, Book of Mormon. Yes, there he goes. Beautiful. Just like so him and I came together and we met during the audition, during the callback. And I genuinely didn't think I was going to book it, but Randall Winston, who's one of the EPs, he directed me on an episode of American Auto. I love him, and he is also a black queer man. And I was like, you know what? Randall's EP in this. I'm not going to book this, but let me just go and have fun. And at minimum, I get to see Randall and Bill Lawrence's team, who has every goddamn show out right now. They can see what I can do. So I went in there and I acted a fool. I had fun. I said, this is going to be for me.
Yes.
I'm not going to book this. So just have fun, X. Just fuck it. Because it was the end of the year. I was like, this is the last. I'm not booking this. Like, they already know who they want, probably bigger names. So let's just have fun. And I did. And I booked. And I was like, you're all on drugs. They have literally
well, if I could say, when I watched Scrubs, it would not necessarily surprise me if the writers were on drugs, because some of them jokes is like crazy. But
they're not. They're all clean. I just want that was a joke. You have to say that, girl.
Oh, we mean like prescription drugs, you know, like Tylenol. Oops, sorry, not Tylenol. Anything but that. I'm sorry. I'm leaving. I'm sorry. I'm coming back. Let me ask you this, sis, because I love that we bring in the melanin, we bring in the culture to the screen, and you're joining a cast that's already kind of been, you know, cemented. And specifically, I'm going to speak about Donald Faison. You know, we are, you know, you said you're a millennial, so that means me and you probably around the same age. We both had an Ninja Turtle or two, and Voltron and Transformers and Bill Cosby Show before. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so that means you probably remember him from.
Absolutely clueless. When I walked on set, I said, Murray. He was like, that was your shit. I said, yes, Murray. Oh my God. Like, he doesn't. I think he understands, but it's just kind of like, to this day, I want a Jeep, and the greatest read is the Virgin. And I'll be like, why do I need to know how to parallel park? Because everywhere we go has ballet. Like, and then the TV show, and I'm from LA, so I used to be like, oh my God, like Murray, like, and he's still beautiful. Oh my God, what the hell is he drinking? The Pharrell water. That's what he got. That Pharrell water, and he's so sweet and the best, and so playful. Like, I love that he's excited. Like, they're all excited to go to work, and you would think like it's the reboot. Maybe they're like phoning it in, like, all right, what's the line? You know, but they're all passionate and they care, and that was really fun to be around.
That's awesome, man. I wonder if there's a story or two that Donald's has, but we'll say that for next interview because we got too many projects I got to get through with you. I ain't gonna lie, like you embody, like, right now. I know I ain't famous, but like Black comedy, and I love that you're in so many projects. I really want to go ahead and skip ahead to the Marvel one, but my soul for some reason is telling me it's just driving me for some reason right now. To talk about the Blackening. I don't know what it is, but something in my soul, hallelujah, wants me to just ask you. Look at my baby. This was such a groundbreaking type of idea. I'm just curious, when you get a cast like this, like, there's some cutting up going on between them scenes. Tell me something, man. Talk to me. What's something somebody don't know about with all of this melanin, all of these jokesters, all of these actors getting a chance to share the screen, to which they don't have to worry about being pushed to the back, not getting their own seat, this, that, and the third.
No, we love each other. We still have a group chat that's cracking to this day. It's been 4 years now, 5 years, 2026. Literally, one thing that y'all need to know, Jermaine is a menace. Jermaine Fowler. Root word is foul. Oh my God. Jermaine, oh my God, get on my nerves. Jermaine is like baby brother vibes. Same with like Melvin used to fuck with me because I was like so I'm kind of like gullible sometimes, like on set, like especially if people are being really earnest. And Melvin would do this thing. So one time he had found like where we was shooting at in the woods, he found like a camera, but it was like an old school film camera. He was like, come here, X, let me take a picture of you and Gracie. So I went and I posed, and then I looked to see the camera was fake. I was like, and he was like, they would love to do shit like that, or like be like, X, look, and I'd be like, what? Like, they are just so, and I could just be so gullible. And I just like, and then I love that we started connecting because like the times were like very late where we would be shooting. So we would do something called one of our favorite PAs, V. She's so sweet. She'll be like, is it noodle time? And we started like all like just eating cup of noodles at a specific time together. And it was so late, and we would just be delirious and doing bits and just like up and just be like, and she would come and we all would be like, noodle time. It was something that we would just connect with, and we were just like little kids at camp. And I just can't thank Dwayne Perkins, one of my very good friends, for his like commitment, his artistry, and everything. He is a phenomenal writer, producer, and performer. He is the star of the Blackening. He is the biggest star. He absolutely deserves it and should be. And I can't wait to see what he does next.
Shout out Dwayne. We're waiting for part 2.
Yes.
Like we're gonna sit and wait right now.
We're gonna wait for part 2. I'm praying. We have to listen, he's working on it. We just gotta make sure all the ducks are in a row.
Absolutely. Okay. I listen, we're gonna start running out of time here pretty soon. So I've got to get
okay.
Okay, well, all right, we'll talk to our liaison, but it sounded like you had a lot of fun working with the Blackening cast. Did we have that much fun working with Yaya on this upcoming Wonder Man? I'm not gonna lie, like, sis, you not just in this a little bit, you in this. Like, you got like a crucial role here. And just talk to me about what it's like working on this set with the folks of Marvel and with this type of project.
It was amazing. I would say with working with Yaya and them, like the thing is the Blackening, we're all idiots, you know, and Yaya is such like, you know, he's fun, but you know, he's very like Yale actor, you know, and so I was like, you know, I'm like man. So I'm like trying to, you know, be very mindful, very demure, like, honey, this is okay. So he was so cool. He was the perfect number one, always looked out. Like there were scenes where there were like a lot of extras, you know, you get different personalities, different people from the background and stuff. He was always protective, like, are you okay? X needs a jacket, you know, very sweet, knows all the caterers by name, PAs, like professional, shows up, does his job, says his lines, knows his shit, and goes home. So I'm just so grateful to have been able to work with him and Sir Ben Kingsley and everybody. And Destin and Andrew Guest, like just phenomenal, just amazing people. It was a good experience, but I'm still in shock that I'm in a Marvel series, but I'm just grateful that I'm in something that my brother will watch. He actually cares what I'm doing now.
I was going to ask you that, like, you're not, I mean, have you had any attention paid to Marvel stuff in the past? Is that not your jam? Are you kind of like,
I love Black Panther.
Hey.
So I'm not, don't ask me about the Avenger child. I mixed up DC with Star Wars, honey. They was ready to attack me. I said, okay, listen, I know it's I was like, they was like, yeah, no, Iron Man is not Batman, and then you know, Catwoman. I was like, okay, listen, I don't know who's who. I just know they fly. Right. But no, I'm not a Marvel head. I know Iron Man, the first one. I saw Black Panther 1 and 2. Right. I saw the Avengers child. What is the never ending game, honey? It was 17 hours. It had 2 intermissions. I was like, oh my God. I went there for my brother. Don't ask me what happened. I just know Poison Ivy came in at the end. There was a joke or somebody. I don't know.
All right. Well, on that note, let me get out on this. The fact that you're in Wonder Man and the fact that you scored all of these and you feel like you don't even deserve it is so crazy to me. But I just want you to know you definitely
deserve it.
Okay, all right. Well, that you are surprised that you got it. Let me correct myself.
I'm extremely grateful. Shocked.
There you go. Shocked. Better word.
Shocked.
My apologies.
When it comes to, you know, I just feel like there's so much more work to. I'm just getting started. I've been at this for 30 years. I've been consistently at this for so long, and I'm very blessed to even has been as young as I've been, like to get the Daily Show, you know, at 30, crazy.
Yeah.
Still so young, you know. So I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful
on that. So on the way out, I was just curious, since you are in this Marvel show, Marvel, for some reason in recent years, it seems that they may have sometimes a tendency to not promote some of the shows that have Black leads as much as others. I'm not sure if you've noticed this as an issue or anything like that. I'm not expecting you to step in and kick the door down and be like, hey, look, this is what we're going to do now. But I'm just wondering what the approach is with regard to promotion that you were instructed
what's going on
for the Wonder Man project. So that I can just kind of, did you touch something? What are you doing? What are you doing? Did you do? Yes. What are you doing?
I haven't touched nothing. I'm in the comments. I haven't even clicked. I haven't clicked anywhere, so I don't know what just happened.
What the? All right, she was answering the last question, and I got to hurry this up because I have a lovely young lady in the background right now who is waiting to speak all things Trek, and I can't wait for that to happen. So that's about to happen here in just a moment. But for some reason, this stopped. I'm gonna see if I can bring it right back on right quick, man, and get this last question answered. My bad for that, y'all. I don't know what just happened, but let's go ahead and get this thing finished. That's how it is with some of the other projects, because what we want for our project like ours, which is New Blurred Order, Black Nerds, we want for these projects to have just as much meaning as the end games. I want you to get all that shine. Do you feel like we're going to get that right here?
I do. I feel like they are pushing Yaya and Sir Ben Kingsley, rightfully so, because this is a business of entertainment. I think people get it twisted. It's not an entertainment business. So I think, you know, Yaya and Sir Ben Kingsley have been doing these kind of like meta, you know, like talks, like different things, because, you know, they're playing actors in the show. And so they've been doing, like, I've been seeing billboards, and then some of the other characters that are like, you know, they're like teaching like how to act or whatever, like some of the other characters in the show. And I think that they are mostly highlighting Yahya, rightfully so, because he is the main character. He is Wonder Man. And you see, I'm here with you, you know, and I have more and more press coming up, which I'm extremely grateful for. But I do feel like Marvel really is putting their foot behind Wonder Man. They really wanted to do well. They really wanted to succeed. I've heard a little talks behind the scenes that internally it's been testing really, really well. I've seen the first 4 episodes and I love it. And I think I'm grateful that Marvel not only is pushing Yahya, but you're going to learn more about his identity, Simon's identity, as far as being a Haitian Black man. And I think I could say that. I think I could say that. There's like an entire episode low-key, like predominantly dedicated to that, and it's one of my favorite episodes. So I'm very excited for what Marvel's doing, and I think the press will be done well, and I think they're really pushing it, which I'm grateful for too.
That's so awesome. Well, Miss X, I'm not gonna lie, I could talk to you for hours on end.
Oh,
but unfortunately, it looks like our time is drawn to an end for this particular episode. I'm hoping we get maybe a sequel on this. All right, yeah. So we did that, man, and there's still more to the interview, actually, but I gotta go ahead and cut it because we got some other things to do right now. But
it is up on New Blurred Order's homepage. So if you do like and enjoy that interview, please go watch the full interview on New Blurred Order.
Let me correct bad time. It will be on.
Oh man, yo, come on,
I just did it, bro. I literally just
man.
I wanted to use this time to spotlight it so that we can generate a little bit of pub, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna release the whole thing later. It was a couple more minutes left in it, so you ain't get the full thing. But yeah, man, like she was hella cool, as you can see. Way too many laughs, way too much info. Let me tell you real quick before we get into Star Trek, and I think we'll let Yazzie take a quick plant break in that time, because she Trek is boring and blah, blah, blah. All right, whatever. But like I will say this, man, when I called her X Mayo, bro, literally she's like, you saw she started and she was like, what did you just call me? And I was like, oh. Like, you ever see that the Key and Peele sketch where the dude is like sweating on the plane, just like I literally was stuck. I was like, literally, that's how I introduced myself. Hey, welcome to the platform. X, wrong name, but she was hella cool.
Yeah.
It's hard to say that without the mic.
Calling each other sis and bro, you know what I'm saying? So obviously it was all good. The chat love.
Let me tell you something. I start adopting sis as a way to wean me off of using any type of word, because I used to say, like ma or man or ma'am, or like I've known like I'm learning like that's not hot no more. You know what I'm saying? So I think sis is fairly appropriate, but that has a shelf life too. So
I don't know. I feel like it may be appropriate, sometimes, but when you say it the entire interview, when you're like sis, hey sis.
I sound a little like hey sis, you know what I'm saying?
But listen, hey, listen, however you come out is how you come out. I still got love for you. I still got you. Still my best, my homie. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hey,
I rebuke you. Okay, for trying to put that evil on me.
The door is wide open.
Listen, if I had something to tell y'all, I would have told y'all already. But nah, the wife and kids, we all fine, and I ain't holding. There's no secrets in these closets. But I would not be ashamed if I was. But maybe sister sounds a little too. I don't know. You know what? I was nervous. I'm gonna keep it real, and I'm a little nervous now because we do have somebody in the background, hallelujah, who is going to help us. Now, what's up, Yazzie?
Before I head out, just because I know this is on everyone's mind, because it's on mine right now. How the fuck do you just have like devil headband it's like at the ready? Like what the can we have
I got a little prop section right here next to me just in case. I got the devil John with this is for when I was supposed to do that little skit I was gonna call Devil's Advocate. It never panned out. It's real stupid. I got a sword here, a lightsaber. Y'all know Anthony bought I think me and Yaz like katana swords for our birthdays this last year. Yeah, you got yours by you? Yeah, okay. Well, that's cool. Well, let's talk about it after this. I only have our special guest for a limited amount of time, so I don't want to, like possibly lose her. But since somebody is too cool to talk about Star Trek, somebody don't want to, get down with the cool world of Star Trek.
Not yucking your yum. It's just not for me. That's all I'm saying. Okay, we on Star Wars. Let's do this. Star Trek, I'll let y'all watch it. If it's fine, isn't it? I will watch it. If not, I won't watch it.
All right, fine. Well, listen, you go ahead and have yourself a seat for a few minutes, and we will get to talking with this lovely young gem who finally decided to join us. I cannot wait to introduce y'all. If you are not already aware, this young lady is a sci-fi savage, hallelujah, who can give you such gems such as the following.
Your mother has a smooth forehead. BJ Betchik Vash BJ surrender or die. And where is the bathroom? With Duolingo, never feel out of the loop again. Now available on a data pad near you. Ever feel like you just don't fit in at your local Klingon bar? Tried.
Yo, it's probably me. I'm an idiot. I think this stuff is hilarious, but I would love for us to be able to talk about this together. So if you all wouldn't mind indulging, let's go ahead and welcome to the chat for the first time and hopefully not the last, none other than the one and only Sci Fi Savage, Shereese. What's going on, Shereese?
Hello. Hi, everybody. My name is Shereese, the Sci Fi Savage, and I think it is so funny that of all the videos, that's the one you picked.
My bad. Like, which one?
It's a good one.
There's so many, and I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know which one.
It's a good one. I personally like all of them, so it's fine. But I just was like,
same. Likewise. Well, allow me to introduce myself. My name is the Real Vince. Let me put display names up so I'm the Real Vince Taylor. This is my boy, Bad Ty. I've known him too long. All right. And me and him are like tricksters. Now, you saw our counterpart, Yazzie, and there's a few more of us. We form like Wu-Tang, but everybody can't be here every week. So here we are with us this weekend. And I stumbled upon your page while doom scrolling through the IGs. And I was like, okay, sis. And I ain't gonna lie, that's not the video I wanted to show. The one I wanted to show was the one with the Lil Jon stuff.
yeah,
but I couldn't because copyright. And
Copyright.
You know what I'm saying? But one thing we definitely can take away from this is that you're not just a come by, fly by night Star Trek fan. Like, Star Trek a little bit. You even have these skits where you can iron out or specify the different types of mannerisms and the different things that some of the Star Trek crew would do, like Data or Janeway or Worf or Picard. And so I'm just wondering, like, when you finally mustered up the wherewithal to say, you know what, I'm going to social media with this.
Yeah, that's a great question. What made you think to do social media with this? So I have a podcast called the TNG Podcast, which is a Star Trek show. It's all about Star Trek: The Next Generation. And I started out with one of my best friends back in 2020 because I'm a teacher, she's a teacher, we were all on lockdown. So we were like, we have so much energy. What should we do with all this spare time? So we started a podcast all about one of our favorite childhood shows. And we did an episode by episode, almost scene by scene review of this show. But eventually we got to the end of the show. And it was like 2.5, 3 years of a commitment. And at the end, I was like, I apparently am not done. I still want to talk about the show. Like, I'm not finished. So that's why I started all the social media channels, because I was like, yeah, I still have more to say. I thought I would like run out, or I'd be like, okay, I'm done with this topic now. Turns out not so much. And with all the new shows coming out and all the, new series and the reboot and all of that, I just get more and more material to talk about. But the funny thing is, I still have only been talking about what I call classic Trek, which was kind of the Trek I grew up with. I still haven't gotten tired of that. So I'm just gonna keep doing that.
Uh-oh.
We frozen?
My bad. I had muted myself because I was laughing I didn't want to laugh throughout your response. But yeah, I would say if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I mean, I think one of the best parts about like the internet opening up the way it is like you don't have to succumb to things that you're not interested in just for likes and stuff like that. Like I have decided to fully submerge myself in things that I am overwhelmingly interested in, and that brings me happiness. And I couldn't wait to speak to you because I feel like we had that same thing, even though you're sticking with the OG tricks. I'm curious about your experience with some of the newer treks. You know what? Excuse my language, but fuck all that. All right. I would like to skip forward and just get this out the way right now. Okay. I was going to sugarcoat it, but I done took too much time already as it is. And I'm a bit of a chatterbox, if you can't tell. So I need you to help set the record straight between me and this dude at the bottom of the screen. Because for some reason, he has a different wrong opinion about the next upcoming subject.
Wow. Tampering with the witness.
Right. Yo, he for some strange reason, this dude. All right, before I don't want. Let me set it up like this. Who is on your Shereese Mount Rushmore of Star Trek captains? Now, I'm speaking specifically about the shows, not the movies. I know the movies got a little strange with Chris Pine and even with Helmsworth. But who, pray tell, if you wouldn't mind indulging us, are your Star Trek Mount Rushmore people?
That is a good question. And it's different from what I thought you were going to ask. So you had said before in an email, like offline, about who's like the best captain. And I asked the same question to my audience on my YouTube channel. And we have this whole debate of like, who's the best captain? And the interesting thing that I discovered from the community was that it depends on the context. So who is, for example, Sisko was a wartime captain, right?
Okay, fair.
And so you got to kind of think, if we had, I don't know, Archer or somebody in that same situation, what would they do? Like, would they have been as good? If we had Picard in Sisko's situation, would he have been as good? Consequently, or conversely, I should say, we have Janeway, who was out in the Delta Quadrant. And so she was just flying by the seat of her pants, trying to figure it out to get home. And you got to wonder, okay, would Sisko have acted the same way? Would Picard have acted the same way? You know what I mean? Like, if we swap them around, would they actually have been as good in that role? And the example I always think about is the episode Chain of Command, where Picard gets kidnapped by the Cardassians and it's awful. And Captain Jellicoe comes in, who's the worst. But in that situation, he was the man for the job. Not the man for the flagship 24/7, but the man for the job in that exact incident, right? So I think there's kind of two parts. One part is who's the best captain for the job, and it depends on the job. Then the second part is who's your personal favorite captain, which is a whole different thing. That's just like, who do I care for? Like, it has nothing to do with their abilities in leadership. Because that was one of the things I kind of rated all the captains on. How good are they as a leader, as a communicator, as a problem solver, things like that. And so I think for me, it's kind of a two-part split. I am obsessed with Captain Janeway because she was the first female captain. And me as a young woman growing up, I was like, I want to be Janeway when I grow up. So on the one hand, I would just love to be Janeway. But on the other hand, if it was like, who's the best boss? Like, which ship would I want to be on? It is the Enterprise D under Picard all day, every day. I do not want to be on Deep Space Nine. It's falling apart. I don't want to be on that initial Enterprise in the ship of Enterprise because y'all are still messing with replicators. No. We need to have technology fleshed out. So it's really practical. Do you know what I mean? So it's really hard to say like who's the best. It's just who's your favorite, and then who would be best in any situation.
Yeah, all right.
Shereese for president, because that was the most diplomatic
well, listen, hold on.
I've ever heard.
Don't you agree?
No. Hold up. I'm not saying everything she said was not on par. The problem is that whenever you get into these discussions about like the situations and everything like that, it's always going to be like a difference of opinions. But when me and Vince have these conversations about who's the best captain overall and everything, I don't just base it on the captain. I base it on his entire everybody that's on the ship, his supporting cast. We've said this. You've asked me many times which and how I rank them and which shows that I felt were the best. Let me ask you this, Shereese, because this is a question for just you. This doesn't require any of your patrons or anything. What was your classic Star Trek that you were referring to? That was your go-to back in the day?
I grew up watching The Next Generation, and then I watched somehow I missed Deep Space Nine, but then I watched Voyager, and I think I was maybe like a preteen when Voyager came out. It's pretty little when TNG came out. So those are the two I grew up with, and then it wasn't until streaming that I was able to watch almost everything else. I'm only on the first season of TOS because I like refused to watch it for a long time. And I started watching it and I was like, this is fun. Then I was like, this is fun. And I still have not watched Enterprise because I tried to watch it when it aired and I was not a fan. But I've heard it gets better. So I will, once I finish TOS, I'm finishing Enterprise. And then of course I've seen all the new stuff except for Academy, which isn't out yet.
Okay. So what I just heard there, Vince, is that her go-to show was The Next Generation.
Was OG? Oh yeah, TNG. Yeah, she's a TNG hawk, and I'm not mad at that. TNG is the nucleus. I feel like it holds all the Star Treks together, right? Because it has elements of OG and it has elements of YG, right? So I think that it kind of like nobody that's in the Star Trek is unfamiliar with the trials of Picard and Riker, right? Like we kind of get that. But it also functions as a catalyst, But Deep Space Nine, okay.
So
right,
good.
Hold up.
So good.
All right, listen. She answered the question so politically correct, Ty.
That's why you can't. It was not what I.
Because it depends. You have to give me. Listen, I'm a teacher. You have to give me criteria by which to grade. You need a rubric, okay? You can't just be like, "Is this essay good?" Which I'm actually a math teacher, but I'm just saying you can't be like, "Is this essay good?" Give me a rubric. Like, what should it have? I don't know. What are the standards? What are the criteria? I think that's why this question goes around and around in circles. Because if person A is judging it by this, this, and this, person B is judging it by this, this, and this, well, of course they're not going to agree. They're not even using the same rubric, people.
Well, as a math teacher, I'm assuming perhaps if you're familiar with geometry, you know about proofs and theorems, right? I would like you to help me prove why Captain Picard's exploratory ship, you know what I'm saying, was a better situation. Okay, let me just straight out ask you. Who's a better captain based on the content we have? Is it John Picard? Is it Jean-Luc Picard, or is it Benjamin Sisko? I need the answer. Like, please.
Who's better for what?
Just straight up, just better
like
captain.
Better...
You see, she's doing it. She's doing it.
You asking me who's a better person?
I like what you're doing. Okay. All right. Let me do it like this. Then let me do it like this. Okay. So if you had to fight in a starship battle, on with the Klingons, who do you choose as your captain? Do you choose Jean-Luc Picard or do you choose Benjamin Sisko?
There's only one answer to this question. That's like saying if you chose a captain who was going to get assimilated by the Borg, who would you choose?
Exactly.
If you were going to choose a captain to fight the Dominion, only one captain did that.
Okay, all right. Fair enough.
To answer your very specific question, it'd be Sisko, obviously. And if you picked a captain to be assimilated, it'd be Picard, obviously. But I think if you picked, so if you were just saying like leadership styles, I think they're both very different styles. So the thing I love about Picard is I just think he's the best boss in the world. He listens to his crew. Like if he ever wants to figure something out, he's like options. He takes everything in, he gives people space, but then he makes his own decision, right? So he's not just like, swept away by the wind. And I think I've only had one boss in my life who was like Picard, and she is still to this day like my favorite person on earth. Sisko, on the other hand, does not lead that way. He couldn't care less what you think. However, what's good about Sisko is that he will back your play no matter how crazy. Like, I don't know how many times Kira was like, hey, I'm going to go do an act of terrorism. I'll be back on Monday. And he's like, oh. He's like, see you later, girl. Have fun. You know what I mean? And like, you remember that episode where his son was dating, like his 16-year-old son was dating like a 20-year-old Dabo girl? And he was like, he's like, I don't like it, but I'm not going to tell Jake what to do. What? what in the freaking world? So it's just a different leadership style, right? It depends on if it works for you. Now, I will say, if we wanted to ask another loaded question, who's the best father?
Oh,
Cisco's the best father on television.
Easy.
Literally.
It's like
That's
television. Picard is terrible. He's a terrible father. He's awful.
Yeah.
But that's not the question. Who's the best captain? It really depends.
Yeah. Because if we're going to bring some canon into it, Picard, he had 2 kids. If you watch all the way through Picard, it's a celebration, evidently. And one of them, and then he had this whole pseudo relationship with Wesley, which was like, all right, like, are you the look? I know who my dad is. I don't need you all up in my mama's, you know what I'm saying, sick bay, trying to get fresh with Crusher. Like you've been crushed, already. The question done happened already. And then you got Kurt let his whole son get killed by Khan. Was it or not Khan? Was it Khan? Oh, I'm going over into the movies.
Yeah, go to the movies. In the show, there was that he had this Damon Bach, freaking Damon Bach had said, "Oh, you have this son on this planet from this hookup that you had over spring break 20 years ago, and I'm gonna kill him unless you get there." It was the weirdest setup. But then he's like, "Oh, I have a son. Well, let me go meet my son." And then he meets the son, and he's like, "I don't know if I can accept him. He's a criminal." Listen, this boy is on par with Aladdin. He has stolen some bread. Like, this man is starving, and he's out here stealing groceries. And Picard's like, "Oh, I don't know if I can accept a son who's got a criminal record." And then in the end, it's like, "Oh, psych, you're not really my son." And he's like, "Well, okay, see you later." Like,
that's not. This is your king. Nah, well, yeah, I guess fatherhood and captainhood.
Being a father and being a captain are 2 different things, unless you're
Fair
fathering all of your, command staff, but that's not necessary to be a good leader.
Okay. And Shereese, right. you said you're all caught up, like up until the Starfleet Academy, right?
Yeah.
I wonder where you might now rank Pike in that. Oh
yeah, I will tell you. Yeah, I rank him low. I rank him very low. I rank him to the bottom. Here's why.
Oh shit!
The
bottom. Whoa.
Well, I mean, not below Captain Freeman, because the whole lower deck staff is nuts. But I rank him lowly because in Discovery, I feel like just Pike did not have a backbone whatsoever. Literally, he'd be like, "I don't know, what should we do?" And then Mike would be like, "Can I start a war?" And he'd be like, "Okay." Like, she just would do anything. And then he'd be like, "Michael, you better not go over to that ship. That's an order." And she'd be like, "Yes, Captain." And then she would go over to the ship and do it anyways. And he'd be like, "I guess it's okay." And I just felt like, if you're going to be the captain, man, be the captain. Like, step up, make a decision, give some consequences. This is the worst leader. He was just like, whatever anybody says, sounds good to me. And then when we get to Strange New Worlds, which I did enjoy season 1, I thought it was really fun to watch. I also just feel like he seems like a super nice guy. I would love to have a meal with him because he can cook. But as a leader, he just always kind of seems like, I don't know, Una, what should we do? Yeah, we'll do that plan. That plan sounds good. Yeah, we're going to do that one. And I don't know. He just doesn't seem very empowered as a captain, which is why I rank him low. As a person, he's super nice. Like, the nicest guy, super chill. Like, I could not imagine him fighting the Dominion at all. I feel like he would get smashed. But I feel, like he's probably a super nice guy.
Yo, come through. You are murdering this man's heroes. And his hero just got decapitated. He's like, "Oh, but I won't."
That's just my opinion.
No.
If you love Pike, absolutely, more power to you. I do think he's nice. And, I would not mind hanging out with him. I'll put it that way.
Let me jump on that bandwagon real quick. And I'm gonna keep it real. Ty, I admire Pike as much as you do. You know what I'm saying? Especially with what it is that he has faced with in Star Trek Strange New Worlds, where he actually knows what's his fate gonna be, and he has to decide over the course of 5 years: do I die or do I let other people live? So I like his character and the way that they portray his image. But from a captain standpoint, decisive. What are your main speaking to you? What are your main memories about Mr. Captain Pike in terms of him being a steward captain? Like, what moments do you recall that you can cite that would lead to us being a little bit more open to him being higher up on the list?
Specific moments, I don't know necessarily, but I could say this about what I've noticed and what I've seen in with Pike in Strange New Worlds. He regards his crew above all things. This dude will risk everything for one to save one person. Now, sometimes that, like in terms of being a captain, you gotta go with the greater good. But I do like the fact that he's not willing to just give up on any of his crew. Like that part for me. Plus there's other things that when I'm weighing in on captains, I'm looking just from the original Star Trek, right? So let's go with James T. Kirk, right? James T. Kirk was intended to be a suave, kind of in the same regard, like a captain that just made decisions on the whim. He didn't think a lot of things through, but that's why you have a good crew, right? That's the whole purpose of the Star Trek family, is not that just the captain is there as the figurehead, but most of the time you have your number one or your number two in the background kind of leading you. And I think that's with all captains. And if I'm being honest, and I think that Pike is not exclusive from that crew, but the cooking, the being suave, being just kind of relentless and just willing to just go out and do whatever. That's what kind of makes the show great, is when you got captains that are willing to go out and go places and experience things, because that's the whole premise, right? Like, let's go where no man has gone before. Let's go, you know what I mean? So, like with Pike, I the more and more I watched him in Strange New Worlds, I started to see that. I was like, he's a little bit of everything. He's suave, like you said, Shereese. He's nice, like he's like extra nice. Like he's like the guy that you'll bring over to the cookout, and everybody be like, yo, that guy Pike, I like him. Like, yo, he's such a nice guy. He is that guy. But also, this dude is that dude that if you in a position where you on a ship and you out here in the middle of nowhere and he's not gonna stop until they figure out like look, hey Captain, we got 3% shields. All right, go around one more time. Give him one more time. And if not, we get the hell out of here. But that's like all of those different qualities I would want my captain to have if I'm on that ship. And when I see the crew that is around him that is developed on Strange New World, which I love that crew, that the Doctor and Uhura and everybody that they are like kind of trying to bring up, even down to the Kirk dude. I like the Captain Kirk.
He had to grow on us. He did have to grow on us.
He did have to grow on us.
But I love Scotty right away, like instantly.
Instantly,
yeah,
right?
me too. Yeah.
I was like, I love this kid.
Yeah.
More Scotty.
Yeah.
They were like, okay.
Yeah, so they definitely, but yeah, that's what kind of goes into my critique that's why Picard will always be my favorite.
But so here's the question. I think here's an easier question to ask that. Here's an easier way to ask the question, who's the best captain, is what ship would you want to serve on?
Ooh.
Where would you? So you're not the captain, but you are on the ship. You are serving on the ship. Maybe you're bridge crew, maybe you're civilian, whatever. Whose ship do you want to be on? That is a way to ask the question.
Well, let me answer the question like Shereese. Well, it depends on what situation we're in.
It does.
Well,
Are we fighting the Dominion, or are we just fighting through the Alpha Quadrant?
Is it the Borg, or are we talking about Red Angel? Are we talking Cardassians? Are we talking the Breen? So for me, it's no question. It's easy. It's Discovery. Discovery has a warp drive that's interconnected with the mycelium network. I could go anywhere in the blink of an eye. There's no warp 9. It's warp. Where we at? That's where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love. I love that whole mycelium network. I don't like the fact that it originally had to be conducted through somebody. Like, that's a little weird. But I love the fact that they don't need, as long as they're in this quadrant, they can just boop, boop. It's literally like having a transporter for your entire ship. So I can't say I'd go anywhere else. Obviously, I ain't going nowhere near the NX Enterprise. Like you said, they still cooking their food. they still don't even trust the transporter. Like, I'm like, nah, bro, y'all ain't got no replicate. Where your replicators at?
But Vince, I'm not talking about which ship is the best ship.
Yeah.
I'm asking which captain would you want to serve under.
Okay,
you kind of shifted the question, which is not about. It's not about. That's another conversation. Which ship is just the best ship?
She learned me too quickly. She's definitely a teacher, y'all.
But the question was, who would you want to serve under? And maybe the ship could be a, part of what you consider.
Okay.
Like, I only want to serve under a ship, a captain who's flying a really amazing ship. But like, who would you actually want to be your boss? Which of these captains would you want to report to?
Oh.
Would you want to be in charge of your life, your safety, your missions?
Now those are different questions. Okay. All right. So let me answer it like this.
Didn't I ask the question who do you want to serve under?
I prefer to serve under Pike because I feel like he's a little bit of a pushover. All right. I feel like I'd be able to take a real quick trip to Riza, come back. He won't even be like, yo, where you been? He be like, yo, you seen Lanice? You tell I said that.
Like, look,
did she ask about me?
Don't do that. Ask me next time. You just be like, just ask.
He'd be like, next time, put it
next time you go to Riza, bro, bring your boy with you. You know what I'm saying? Me, it's chocolate and vanilla. Let's go ahead. But I would feel safest on Deep Space Nine.
Really?
I feel safest under Captain
on Deep Space Nine or under Cisco? Like Cisco.
Under Cisco. I feel the safest under Cisco because Cisco was the least likely to sacrifice the entire Deep Space Nine to forward whatever his agenda was. I saw your Janeway, and it's so on point. Yep, we're set. Put on self-destruct, everything like self-destruct. We want to save these campings? Well, we don't need to go back to Earth for another 70 years. Go ahead and just kill that. We'll just spend the next 70 years trying to get 70,000 light years back to Earth. As long as the Ocampans have like us, and they don't even know. Like the Ocampans didn't even know. Like how we go to a bar and like you don't want to tip the bartender, but you want to make sure that he see you tipping. So you're like, yo, hey, I gave you $10, right? Like. The Ocampans had no idea that Janeway saved them. Like, they're just like, oh, we can come above ground now? Oh, that's cool. Like, me? Nah. I want to be under Cisco where he'll be like, you know what, man? You don't want to be a part of this? Go ahead, take a roundabout to Bajor, and we'll holler at you a little later. You know what I'm saying? In fact, everybody, go ahead, abandon ship. Go ahead, chill on Bajor for a little bit, and we'll come back and pick you up whenever it's time. That's where I'm at. And plus, like I said, Cisco's a baseball fan. And we're gonna be in that holodeck watching watching baseball games and stuff. So yeah, that's me.
Ty?
Oh man, this is a tough one, man. But I would probably say for what I would have gotten into Starfleet for in the first place, which would have been to travel new places, see new things. The captain for me definitely most certainly would have been Picard because I feel like I would have got my money's worth. I would have definitely been here, seen that, experienced this, experienced that. And not to mention, I feel like I probably would have lived through it. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like you got Picard, the Picard series that lets you know everybody lived except the robot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, Tell everybody live with the robot.
All right. R.I.P. Tasha Yar, all right, to Slug Man on the planet that, you can't leave me. They left me. Only real TNG fans know what I'm talking about. Like, they met the little oil slick on the planet that kept them, that held them all hostage.
Yeah.
Who killed Tasha Yar with a gust of wind. She was walking in the Tasha.
Just kill Tasha. Just Jordy's love of his life is just gone. You know what I'm saying? Like in a blink of an eye. So yeah, not everybody made it, homeboy. But
you should have saw it coming.
Yo, all right. The oddest thing about this is if I take that question, none of us. Well, Shereese, did you answer your question? I feel like no. Can you get us an answer for your question? Would that be okay? Would that be okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I sort of answered it way when I first joined this live stream, but yeah, I would also pick Picard just as a leader. Like, I think he would listen to me. I also think Pike would listen to me, but I think Pike would listen to too many people and then I wouldn't trust him. Like, I think he would listen to everybody. Like, everyone's ideas are good and everyone's ideas are not good, people. Not everyone's ideas are good, Pike. So that would make me nervous. But I feel like Picard listens to people and then he makes his own decision. You know, he'll be like, that's a good idea. We're going to do that. Or he'll be like, these are all great ideas. We're not doing any of those. We're going to do this for this. But like, he has a reason, you know what I mean? So it would be Picard for sure. I love Janeway. Like I said, I'm obsessed with her. But yeah, I would feel extremely unsafe on her ship. She's always trying to blow it up. She's always getting in fights. I know she's fighting for her life trying to get back, but it's like, girl, if we self-destruct, we're never getting back to the Alpha Quadrant. Like, so I just wouldn't feel safe. I just wouldn't feel safe. But like her, would definitely hang out with her, would definitely go have drinks with her, wouldn't want to serve on her ship. Cisco also, I think, is such a cool dude. He's such a cool dude, but I love the way that Picard leads. Like, I would feel like I could grow professionally if I so chose. You know, I just feel like there's options there.
Interesting. We have yet to really speak glowingly about Michael Burnham. Now, if I could speak real quick before I have another question, I didn't mention Michael Burnham because, you know what I'm saying, she's often distracted by her love interests that she adopts that come onto Discovery that end up being the bulk of the season's priority.
Yeah.
So that makes me a little nervous. Also, she's, as much as I love her fight the power bump that I know what's right, Giorgio. So I'm gonna knock you out and take over the ship real quick, and we're gonna go ahead and do this the right way. As much as I love her tenacity, she's a little bit of a loose cannon, and I don't know if I want to be on the lower decks when Michael Burnham decides, you know what, I'm just gonna just
war again. But she also, I feel like she's a little bit of an absentee captain because she's usually off on an away mission. Saru is the captain. Right? Like, I think Saru is the best first officer. Like, I think he was just built to be a first officer. I do feel like Michael Burnham's like always off on missions, and Saru's like, all right, I could take it. And like, you trust him to take it. Like, so I feel like she's not as present of a captain because she's always off on some one-on-one mission or, two-person mission. And the whole ship's like, see you later, Michael. I guess we'll be waiting here for you. You know what I mean? So that's why it's hard to say if she's, it's harder to say because she's not as in the thick of it with the crew at all times during these battles and stuff like that. She's oftentimes off on her own, saving the day, pulling the entire ship 1,000 years in the future. You know what I mean? She's off doing things. So
with Book and his cat in tow, hallelujah. Like, they ain't got no way to get rid of all that. All right, let's move on to this final little thing. Well, one of the final little topics real quick. We talked about the captains. We haven't really ranked the shows, which we might get to in a second, but I got a feeling that we're probably all going to rate TNG pretty high. I'm curious as to where we place DS9.
How do you feel right now, Vince? Like, because Shereese, he brought you here hoping that you would. Okay. No. Because listen. We brought you here because you do great content. First of all, let me say that. But also, he was hoping that you would support his theory about Cisco being the greatest captain. I feel like you gave the best answer possible. There is not. I feel good. If
we're fighting the Dominion, it's Cisco. Yeah. It's Cisco. Period. It's Cisco and O'Brien. I don't even need anybody else. I don't need anybody else. It's Cisco and O'Brien. Matter of fact, Cisco, O'Brien, and the EMH from Voyager, because he can literally do anything.
Doctor,
the three of us on a shuttle, we're taking out the entire Dominion. I'm good. So it depends, right? Like, if we're doing Dominion, I'm not taking any other captain with me. I'm not taking any other engineer with me. I'm not taking any other doctor. This is who I'm taking.
Let me jump in real quick, because what Ty is trying to do, he's trying to coerce your mantra into fitting his narrative, when in actuality, you've given a contextual thesis as to why which captains would be good in different situations. She never said, oh, Picard is the best of all captains. She said, yo, Picard was handling a lot of stuff as an explorer.
I said that Picard was handling as a leader, and he's
the best leader. He's the best leader.
But she didn't say he was the best captain. So,
well,
yeah, all right. The best captain. There are scenarios that Picard would not be the best at.
Yes. Can we do this? Look, Shereese, I got an easy one. Can we just say who you might think the best dressed captain is?
They all wear a uniform.
No. That's not true. That's not true. In their leisure time is when you get to see their clothes. No, I'm just listen. I'm not gonna sit here in front like I didn't see my man Jean-Luc and Picard with the throw over scarf, with the derby, with the you know what I'm saying, with the button down 3-piece on. Like I'm just being real. Like it's not like I haven't seen Cisco in the turtleneck sweater, John. Like you know what I'm saying. Come on, like let's not. Look, I'm just saying this is an easy one. This is not open for discussion. This is literally. Yo, we done seen these a couple. Yo, we done seen some dip. They done had events. They done went with Pike hosted a whole wedding. Come on, man.
I would say Pike. Do you remember the wedding episode?
Ooh.
Yes, the
white John.
Everybody except for Nurse Chapel, who looked a mess, but everybody else was like, "Oh my gosh!"
You see,
every outfit. If you haven't seen that episode, it's dumb. But watch the wedding part just for the space outfit.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh!
Thank you.
Every outfit. Yeah. So it'd be Pike because just for that scene from that episode.
You know what? I'm inclined to agree with Shereese, but I will say that I think Captain Kirk has the most advantage, as he's probably had more outfits on throughout his tenure. You know, going from, I mean, they did a whole movie on Earth, you know, where he didn't wear the uniform that much. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard, but I ain't gonna lie. You know, in most Star Trek series, they give you that, oh, we got to go back to Earth during our time episode. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that you replicate some clothes that look like, you know, and so you get a chance to see what they style would have looked like. Mm-hmm. And when Cisco went back, bro, my man had a kufi. My dog had the glasses. My dog was buttoned up. You know what I'm saying? My dog was like, well, I am black. Why can't the captain be black? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, so I don't know. Like, but when my dog had the kufi on, bro, it wasn't really a kufi. It was more like like the Damon Wayans, like the hat. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't gonna lie, like that episode, man, it made me cry.
Man,
it made me cry. I don't know if you saw this episode, but there was an episode of Deep Space Nine where they basically tricked the audience into thinking, oh snap, is Deep Space Nine all in Cisco's head? Like, did he write this? Is he writing all of this? And like, Cisco is this one black guy in I think the 60s or 70s. And his whole crew is there, and they're in his head. And he's basically like, yo, I'm writing this novel about a black dude who's the head of a space, you know, and they're like,
a space station. And they were like, a colored man in charge of a space station.
You're a colored guy. You can't.
No one would read such trash.
And he's like, but I am black, and I refuse to let anyone take this. Like, he goes.
That scene was so good. I was like, oh my gosh. And then he's like,
I'm not lying.
You can't take it.
You can't take this from me. You can't.
Did he give himself a heart attack from being so stressed out? And then I thought he died because they like wheeled him out in the stretcher, and I was like, oh my god, did they just?
Oh my god,
bro! I literally shed tears, and I'm not talking about like boohoo, but I just was like sitting there watching, and like I was like, what is this salty discharge? Like it just happened so quickly, and you're like, whoa! It's that, and that's not the first time. Like they do that in Deep Space Nine. In Deep Space Nine, they address this man's blackness. They do not play around. They like, yo, he is a black man, and he don't play about it. Like, and everything else I'm watching, I'm finishing Enterprise right now under protest. All right, but I just feel like I don't want to gap in my knowledge, right? And they have a black pilot on there by the name of Travis Mayweather, and they brought this man to a Nazi infiltrated Earth where the Nazis had taken over the United States. He got captured, and they never did approach the fact that he was a black man that had been captured by the Nazis. Like, they never even addressed it. And I was like, are you whitewashing the future? Like, how does that happen? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, sorry, I'll take a step back. I don't want to get, Shereese she a teacher. I don't want her. Well, I saw you on this podcast, and they were talking about Nazis.
I mean, but Nazis is like such a Star Trek staple. It's like,
yes,
so odd. It's so odd. And every time it's like the Go Back to Earth episode, and it's the Nazi episode. Those are the two things you're going to get if you got 7 seasons of this show.
But yeah, if I'm tempted to look up if somebody in the chat. We haven't been paying much attention to the chat. We'll wrap you in a little bit. I know, Shereese, I didn't want you to have to spend the rest of the your day here. We're wrapping here soon. But somebody could research what episode that was on DS9. Like, oh my God, if you're not a fan of the show, just a fan of good acting, like Cisco, just look, what's his name is they had Willie Mays was in this episode, played by I'm sweating. She got me nervous. Michael, by the dude who plays Worf. Michael Dorn played Willie Mays in this episode, and he was all in the hood, like he was like, "Hey man, what's going on?" Like, Willie, why you got all this money? Why you don't move out there with the white folks? Man, I want to be where I'm comfortable. You know what I'm saying? This is where I'm at. And they had his son, Jake. Was like, hey man, what's up? But he was talking like the dude from the 5 Heartbeats. Hey man, what's up, jive turkey? I was out here trying to get the skinny on, and he was like, damn, I want to see you, Otis.
Far Beyond the Stars. That's what it's called. It's called Far Beyond the Stars. Highly recommend. One of the best DS9 episodes.
What's it called? What's it called again?
Far Beyond the Stars.
Far Beyond the Stars. Yo, I swear to God, like I know we're laughing. But if you are a Black person that is into Star Trek and haven't seen this episode, I challenge you to watch it and not get emotional, because like literally it's
upsetting. It's upsetting.
His own crew is in different bodies, and the guy who played what's my man's name? The shapeshifter Odo. My man who played Odo was like his boss, and he's like, "What are you doing? What are you talking about? They're a colored man. He can't be the lead. We can't even submit this for publishing." He's like, and then what's his name? One of the other was like, "Yes, you can. Give it a shot. Why don't you just give it a chance?" And he's like,
"Yeah." Kirk was like, "You dog. I'm sure you could do it if you wanted to." And he's all like, "No one will read this colored trash." And he was right.
Oh my God.
It's actually really, like, when I watched it, I was just like, ugh, the more things change, the more things stay the same, you know? Like, it's upsetting. Yes. But also, just a beautifully done episode, like a well-told story.
Agreed. All right, let's touch a couple subjects, and let's let Shereese frolic amongst the Earthlings for the remainder of the day, and then hopefully we can set a star date for the future when we can have this conversation even further in detail. But I'm gonna take things and swing left a little bit. We talked about captains, we talked about the shows, we talked about even some episodes, but let's talk about doctors. Of all the doctors that we have in all of the different seasons and series, which would you consider amongst your favorite? I mean, feel free to go first. I have mine, but I will go last.
Okay, so favorite, not best, is what we're saying, because I can objectively answer best for this one.
Wow, you know what? I gotta come correct next time we talk to Shereese, because like she makes sure we answer right. Okay, so let's start with favorites.
Okay.
And then, you know what? That's a 2-part question. Thank you, Shereese.
I like all of them. I think I like all of them.
Well, you can't choose them all. You have okay, let me make it easier for you.
That's not even fair. That's not fair again, Vince, because then like what like them for what? Like okay, who has the best healing qualities?
I retract the question. Okay. I retract the question, Your Honor. All right. So you have now been chosen to lead your own starship into the Alpha Quadrant. All right. You're looking for planet Black. All right. Who? Now, the obvious. There's an obvious answer. It's a quick question. There's an obvious.
You better bring Black people to Black.
You know what? I take the Black part back. No, it's not Black. I take the Black planet part back. All right, take that back. You just selected to go to, into space on your own starship. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna pilot the USS Wakanda into the. Now let me stop with the. I can't stop it. All right.
Okay, I have an answer for you, Vince. You're getting to the question, I'm sure, but the answer is always going to be the same. It's going to be the EMH from Voyager. Period.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
that is always going to be my doctor, because he has all knowledge of every medical database. Plus, his program is iterative, and therefore, if he doesn't have the knowledge in his database, he can be really creative and find the knowledge. He can figure it out. He can figure out anything if you give him enough time. So he is the doctor I would want. The only limitations, obviously, is technology. But I mean, if it was a human, they could die. So there's always limitations. But I'm going to take the EMH with me everywhere, all the time, hands down. The end.
Okay, all right. Ty, you have an answer?
Oh yeah, I mean at this point, I know that the equipment does most of the healing, so I'm going with Mbinga. Mbinga, I'm taking Mbinga, and Mbinga is not only going to heal you, but he'll kill you.
Yes, yes.
Like I want my doctor to be able to protect himself because we might need you. And Mbinga, if you can drop Mbinga on a planet, Mbinga gonna make it all.
I'll tell you what, you have Mbinga and O'Brien.
Yeah,
you guys can go behind enemy lines anywhere, anytime. You will not be found out. And if somebody finds you, they will get killed and you will escape.
Oh,
like, take them on a mission.
These are two dudes that work with engineering and medical, but they're former soldiers. You know what I'm saying? They can't like take
that part. It comes out at odd times. They'll just be like, okay, suddenly they're putting on war paint. You're like, where did you even get that from? Where did you even get that? Oh, I keep it in my pocket. You remember that episode when Mbinga was like, oh, I keep this in my pocket. Everywhere I go, I keep this. Let's go. You're like, you keep that in your pocket on the ship? What are you expecting to happen on the ship? You're not even carrying phasers on this ship, but you keep this in your pocket?
You gotta remember, Mbinga was killing Klingons. This dude was killing Klingons, bro.
With his bare hands.
Come on, man. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Todd took my answer.
Yo.
You never see him doing medicine though. Like that was our big when we were like, who's the best doctor on the ship? We were like, you never see Mbinga. It's Nurse Chapel does all the medicine on that ship because Mbanga's off doing his own things, kind of like how Michael Burnham's off doing her own things. So I don't know how great of a doctor he is, but if you're going to be in some dangerous situation, he could probably stitch you up. He could probably stitch you up in, like on the field without, with like he could probably MacGyver something together and work it out. So that's a good answer.
Like, well, we'd probably need a couple of cc's of the cerulean oxide is what we probably need, Captain. And the man had a whole daughter trapped in a transport. Like it is a whole thing. We ain't gonna. You know what, man? I think we've covered a lot.
I would like to answer.
My answer. I tell you, Ty took mine. I was gonna go with Mbinga.
Good answer. Right? It's a good answer.
The reason I take Mbinga is the same reason Ty did, because he is a multifaceted doctor. Like if we mess around and the Borg or the Jemadar fuck around and they beam onto our ship, then Mbinga goes straight. He put down that scalpel and pick up that AK-47, and he just transforms into warrior mode. And I ain't got to worry about having to. Oh, this. What do we say? What does the EMH say when discontinue program or whatever the hell? Like, go into hiding somewhere. Although I will say the whole Omicron thing and he falling in love and one a little thing with 7 of 9, which it's like, all right, man, calm down. I don't need my captains trying to program their own subroutines so that they can learn about human mating rituals. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I like my chances with Mbinga, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Yo, look, I ain't gonna lie, Shereese, we've covered a whole lot of ground. There's still so much more to talk about that we haven't had a chance to. But I didn't want to hold you here hostage. I only asked for a few minutes of your time, and I've already exhausted well over that, and it's got me sweating.
Please come back, Shereese. Please come back. I would love to have these conversations about many more things in regards to Star Trek. So
yeah, man.
Thanks so much for having me. And there's a comment that says, "Where is Planet Black though?" It's out by a dwarf moon in the Alpha Quadrant. The location, however, it's a secret. So we can tell you. Thank you so much for having me. I love being here. This was super fun.
Real quick. Let me share something with you real quick before you go. One of our counterparts, Anthony, had the pleasure of actually being able to go to the Star Trek premiere for TNG. For Starfleet Academy this week. And this is the Critics' Choice Awards. I'm sorry. I was like, man, we'll talk about the Star Trek, man. So we got a chance to kind of see some of the actors up close. You see Paul Giamatti here. You see some of the other actors. And what we're doing is we're trying, Shereese, to secure some screeners for Starfleet Academy. He actually did already see the premiere episode there at that event in New York. But like for things like this, we're hoping that if you would be willing, if we get the screeners, we would love to hit you up. Let's do a little watch party. Let's chat on it. There's another young lady I spoke with, name I think Trek. Oh, I'm a mess the name up. Trekkie. You know what? It's a lovely young lady that we'll probably, maybe we'll reach out to as well. I don't want to get the name wrong, but yeah, I will let you holler at us a little later. And where can we find your podcast, and where can we see even more of you if you would be so kind as to kind of give us a little bit of information there, Miss Shereese?
Absolutely. You can find me on all the social media channels and on YouTube by typing at the Sci Fi Savage. I do a weekly live stream every Wednesday night where I just talk about episodes I love or just random things about Trek that I want to talk about. And you can find the TNG podcast wherever podcasts are found.
Woo! Thank you so much.
And real quick, I just wanted to also give you your flowers on the way out, Shereese, because you said you're a teacher, and we love teachers here. And so we definitely got to give you your flowers. Math teacher out there teaching the youth how to count. We love it.
I mean, hopefully they don't count, but yeah, but thank you so much. I love your content. I hope everybody that watches or listens loves the content. If you don't already, get to know her, because we hope you will be seeing her many times again in the future. I will holler at you a little later. This is always awkward because I don't want to let her go, but we gotta, we got to close the show, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. But I hate this part, you know what I'm saying? So thanks so much, Shereese.
It's the stalker in you.
Yeah. Hey. Everybody supposed to know about all that, man. It's all right. Oh shoot. Oh, she's still here. Oops, my bad. Let me. All right. So Yazzy's back. Yazzy, sorry to look. Yazzy done went. She's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to work. If I can't talk about Trek, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I ain't even listening to y'all no more because this ain't got nothing to do with me. So y'all. Oh yeah. Oh hey. Yeah. You're muted, by the way. That's what you get. Yo, I'm so happy that we found Shereese, man, and Shereese brings a whole nother level. Like I wouldn't have expected her to kind of give us not just her, favorite or most, which are the best ones that but actually to give us the context and the circumstances of which made them. Because that's a good thing. We never really considered that Picard might have been a trash captain on DS9, and Cisco might have been like, nah, man, I don't know why we exploring. Like, where's the war? You know what I'm saying? Like where's the wormhole?
Let's start one.
So I never thought about that. Like, that's a good point. I didn't talk too much about Enterprise because she said she didn't watch Enterprise. I'm in the middle of watching it, and I gotta say, this is the blandest of all the casts I've ever seen on any of the shows. It is a tough watch up until the end of season 2. The end of season 2, it starts getting a little bit more interesting. You start running into some folks that we're familiar with. And in season 3, season 3 is good. I'm just gonna say season 3 is good. Now I'm gonna say this also. If you are gonna start the Enterprise show, which came out in 2001, you're never gonna like this cast is probably the bottom of the on the list of casts, like the bridge folks, like Geordi and Scotty and Saru. This is like the least interesting. And it's mainly, I think I'm probably resentful because they have a prominent black gentleman named Travis Mayweather, who's the pilot, who they've given him the 4th season, and they've given him like one episode, and it's like they keep focusing on this one dude who looks and sounds like George Bush, like Jeb Bush, and he's from Florida, and I'm just like, they got a Vulcan on their name to Paul or to something. And I don't know, man. It's just, but in terms of like the actual missions that they go on, like they got these time traveling species that can crawl on, like they crawl on the ceiling, and their head, like they're crawling on the ceiling, but their head is facing the ground. They're shapeshifters, but they're not like Odo and them from DS. I'm just saying that to show, like, there's so much Trek stuff out there, and I know we focus a lot on Marvel and Star Wars and a lot of the stuff that comes out later, but I'm just happy that Starfleet is coming out to kind of keep this franchise alive. We'll see if it works. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, I wish we would have asked Shereese. I wish we would have asked Shereese what supporting crew, like what was her best crew.
Yeah.
Like, yo, because that too, like, and I would honestly put Strange New Worlds crew up there. I'd put their crew up there. I'm talking about the crew, just like the crew.
That kind of intersects with the OGs, right?
With the
you got Uhura.
Well, Uhura is on Strange New World. You got Spock. You got Laura. You got and Bingo.
You now have Scotty.
You got our girl. Was the one that's with Spock right now.
Oh
yeah. La'an. You got this a lot. This. So and then of course you got Next Generations, because Next Generations might be the most, because they got Guinan.
They did have Guinan.
Whoopi. You got Whoopi. You got Deanna Troi.
Worf.
You got Worf.
Yeah.
You got Data. You got so many.
The Crusher.
You're right. You got Riker. You got Riker.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. So we'll definitely talk about that, man.
All right, cool. Well, let's go ahead and start wrapping up, guys. I know, Yaz, that wasn't necessarily that comfortable for you, but Yaz, you've been speaking to us about some shows that you've been watching, and you've been playing Ghost of Yotei as well. Have you beat it yet? Because if I know you, you don't need but a couple days to beat a game.
I have been stretching it. Yeah, I've been stretching it out just for you, but I'm basically I have all of my different weapons. I have all of the side, you know what I'm saying, weapons that you can use to throw and harm people with, and I have everything. I have all the outfits. I have all the outfits, colored outfits. Yeah, so I've just been doing the, just touring around, doing the Vince thing because I have so much time to kill. But yes, the game is utterly amazing. The graphics, just hands down, I have spent hours of my life. When I do have some free time, I feel bad for my husband because he's just like, play your game. I'll watch you play. Just go ahead. And I've just been enjoying playing the game. So it's a masterpiece. If you haven't checked it out, Ghost of Yotei, please do yourself a favor and fucking buy the game because it is amazing. And Vince, I know that you were like, oh, the storyline, but you can skip it. So there's a point where you can't. There's a point where you have to listen. I will give you that. And there's a point where you can skip it. You just have to pay attention. So for those who are playing the game, just pay attention. You look in here at the top, it says push X to skip it.
Well, I mean, but I like to have context. I like to know why I'm fighting people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to
have context, but you don't have to hear why all the settlers are coming to sit with me and you know what I'm saying? Oh, if you watch, I saw a fox, and if it followed the den, I'd find its secrets. Bitch, that's not even true. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, I'm just saying, there's certain things, yes, I've been listening, but I've also been kind of skipping through a couple of things that I didn't need to know about. But I'm not gonna lie, the fights have been epic, and I just want to know, Vince, what did you set your level of difficulty to?
Just over normal, whatever, like hard. Okay. It's on hard right now.
It's on hard right now.
Whoa!
That one's 2 over, so that's why I'm asking.
All right, let's go. Let's go. All right.
Okay. Never mind. Sorry. Bad question.
You're a fucking child, man. We're fucking children. We're such children, man.
I can't help it. I cannot help it. It is in me. It's embedded in me.
Children. Oh my God. I cannot believe how bad of children. It is what it is. Well, anyway, listen, man, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this week. I love it. Like I said, adjust your schedule because we are now a weekend show, not just Saturdays anymore. So make sure you'll tune in tomorrow for I will post the full video for our interview with none other than the one and only X Mayo. And also some of the stuff that Anthony had happening, which was pretty cool. You'll get a chance to kind of see the award shows and what happened at the Star Trek convention. And if you are into WWE, even gets into what it was like to be at the WWE match for Monday Night Raw that he attended last week. Or was it this week? Yeah, I think it was this week. So man. So make sure. Yeah, man. So make sure y'all tune in to that. That is what we're going to air for tomorrow. So we'll be checking the comments to see who pulled up. And if you get a chance right now before this ends, hit your screen, hit that like button. It don't take nothing. It don't cost nothing. We don't charge nothing. But what we get paid in is the algorithm. And in order to get in the algorithm is we need you to share and at least comment and like. So yeah. Wrapping up the show. Okay, so man, Ty, how you feel about one battle after? Ooh, don't do that. We got like 1 minute left.
That's the whole
we got 1 minute left.
We got a whole conversation.
Yes,
we're gonna have a whole conversation.
We're showing it. We'll be here tomorrow, live. Maybe not. We're live on Saturdays for now, but we will be putting up content for tomorrow, and we would love to see you.
You'll hear all our thoughts. We'll
be here too. All right. So appreciate each and every last one of y'all, man. Be on the lookout for even more interviews coming up. We've got a dude from Robin Hood, Mr.
What? Hold up.
Yeah, Little John.
Hold up. We got Little John.
Little John.
Yo! We got Little John.
We got Little John coming.
We got Not So Little John.
Not So Little John with the locks and all that, man. So just be on the lookout. There's a whole lot of things for us to announce, but we only got like 10, 15 more seconds. Thank each and every last one of y'all on behalf of Yazzie, Ant, myself, Nolly, everybody who's not with us, Ty. Be your authentic self. If you ain't being yourself, obviously you being fake. And in all things, you a geek. Go ahead, let that geek flag fly. Deuces.
The new Blurred Order is one of my favorite places to visit. I hope you'll join us next time.